Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Can everyone see my screen okay? Have a couple more folks joining here. Great. Well, welcome to our TRP 109 virtual graduation. Usually, obviously, we do this in person, but we're so grateful that you are all able to join on the Zoom platform today. So we'll go ahead and get started. Just a few housekeeping announcements as we get going here. This graduation ceremony is being recorded and we'll be able to share it with the class, with family and friends, and with new social media followers after the presentation. We do encourage and invite you to congratulate our students in the chat box throughout the ceremony, and we'll have a couple of minutes at the end if anyone wants to get on and congratulate them via video as well. I would ask, please place yourself on mute if you're not speaking out of respect for others, and I'll be kind of monitoring that as well. Just a quick run through of our ceremony agenda today. We have opening remarks from Karen Dove, our Executive Director of ANU, and then we'll have a program overview by Jamie Jackson and Ryan Rogers, the TRP program managers. Then we'll hear a few words from Luis Navarro from the Port of Seattle. He is the Director of Workforce Development in the Office of Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. From there, we'll do our student stories, which have been recorded by video to share with all of you today. And from there, we'll do the presentation of the certificates and closing remarks from Karen. So I'll go ahead and hand it over to Karen at this time.
Thank you everyone so much for joining us this afternoon for our Cohort 109 graduation. We're glad to be with you virtually today to congratulate all of these students for going through the cohort and passing the final tests to graduate from the class. I'm going to turn it over to the program manager so that they can tell you a little bit about what the students went through. This definitely was a unique cohort because we got interrupted midterm with the COVID-19 situation, and so we had to shift gears as quickly as we could, and we went to some online training, and we had students go through and test out with the instructors one by one. So it was definitely a different cohort than what we usually have. I also, though, before I turn it over, want to thank the sponsors that helped with this cohort. The bricklayers and allied craft workers, local 2, HOFFMAN Construction Company, W.G. Clark Construction Company, and the Cement Masons and Plasterers of Washington all donated supplies and PPE for this cohort. So again, definitely want to thank our sponsors and all our partner organizations for helping us, and I want to congratulate the cohort once again for making it through and getting your certificates. I will turn it over to the program manager now, who will talk to you a little bit about what they accomplished during their time with us.
Thank you, Karen. This is Jamie Jackson. I have been fortunate to work with the TRP Cohort 109. They started on January 27th, and they had been attending our program 3 days a week for 7 weeks, as you mentioned by Karen, before the COVID stay-at-home order went into effect. We transitioned from on-site training to online learning, and then again, we did the one-on-ones for individual sessions for them to test out and complete their projects. We spent a little bit more than 11 weeks together, but we did definitely get it done. But I kind of wanted to go over the accomplishments of the cohort while we were in session for the time that we were together. So during that 11 weeks, we were Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you again, Jamie.
Okay, sorry about that. So basically, again, they were able to complete their OSHA certification, attended 2 off-site apprenticeship visits with IBEW Local 46, as well as the Ironworkers Local 86. We had 2 apprenticeship on-site visits. The Carpenters Local 30 came to us, as well as the painters. And we were able to have 1 site visit with GLY with the Expedia site. That was a wonderful experience. We had 2 guest speakers, Lakeside Industries, and then we had a group that came from the sheet metal workers. Our mock interviews were done via phone versus the panel. And I just wanted to say a personal thank you to HOFFMAN Structures, Intelligent Partnerships, King County, Laborers Local 242, Mortensen, NWLETT, Port of Seattle, PSC, JATC. And also we had partners that we worked with over that time frame, and that was Sullen that did our OSHA certification training, the Puget Sound Labor Agency, which is a food bank that helped us with providing food for our students while they were in the training, and Port of Seattle's Project Help, and of course the Evergreen Labs that provided our drug testing. With that said, I kind of wanted to go into just a real brief, we'll briefly speak on the characteristics that I thought most stuck out with this cohort. And that was perseverance, commitment, and resilience. Their perseverance, their willingness to carry on and discern their true direction. They stayed on course, regardless of the obstacles, which we had many. I just saw them doing the work required to bring everything into fruition. And that was really nice to see, again, based off of where we are currently with the COVID-19. I saw them pursuing their goals, remaining steadfast and focused, as well as they were persistent with a task until it was complete. I do trust that all of our students out of this cohort are determined to succeed and move forward. I am just really, really pleased with that. Their commitment, they care deeply about this program, and I could see that from day one, from tryouts all the way till the completion. They decided carefully on what they wanted to do in regards to their chosen trade, and willing to give it 100%, meaning learning as much as they could about it, asking as many questions as they could, and they just didn't hold anything back. And I mean, that in itself shows their, true resilience. And it's just so nice to be able to watch from the angle of the program manager and seeing them take the information and digesting the information and, chiming right then and there, trying to figure out how they're going to do this and what's their best option and what's a good fit for them versus how much money a particular trade makes or what have you. So that resilience, their ability to bounce back in various ways with various degrees of impact. It was seeing them bounce back from this COVID-19 and us going into the first phase and able to have them come in and do in-person activities. I could tell that they saw the light at the end of the tunnel, where a lot of us were kind of trying to figure out what was going to happen after the stay-at-home order. So one thing I would like to say in moving forward is you've got this. You've did it. You've stood fast and you've taken the steps to change your life. And I'm just so happy that we are all here to be a witness to that. I'd like to thank all of you for participating in our Trades Rotation Program and allowing a new family to become a witness to your journey in your chosen trade. So that's it for me.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Next, we'd like to, first of all, thank Port of Seattle for funding this cohort. And now we will hear some words from Luis Navarro, Director of Workforce Development. So if I could hand it over, I'll stop sharing my screen here so we can all see Luis.
Great. Good afternoon, everyone. What a time we're living in, but what an amazing story I just heard from Jamie. And that, I think, summarizes many of the things I was going to say. But before I start off with some of my notes, my name is Luis Navarro, as you've heard and you can read. I'm in the Office of Workforce Development in the Office of Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion at the Port of Seattle. My colleague, Consuelo Davis, you have probably met her, has been probably interacting with you, maybe in the beginning, then COVID-19 hit the industry, the world. But we are one of the supporters that you have, that this program at ANU has, because we believe that the product of ANU, this is exemplified by this group today, is what keeps the worker pipeline filled with qualified, committed, determined, and what I heard, people that have perseverance. And that, I think, speaks volumes about not only you, but about the work that ANU does and ensuring that our partners in the industry, the construction companies, the labor groups, and our own Port of Seattle capital program can count on qualified workers going forward. Our interest at the Port of Seattle centers in not only the skilled labor and the workforce pipeline that you're embarking on, but also it centers on two important pillars: opportunities for women, opportunity for people of color, and the third would be ensuring that the pipeline is filled with great skilled folks. We are very interested, and we are investing in programs like ANU and investing in you, because we believe that construction and the trades are careers not only that are needed to for the Port of Seattle at the airport and in the Maritime Division can continue to grow, but also our community, the people that live in our communities, and in many instances, those that in the past didn't have the same opportunities to access these kinds of great jobs do have that opportunity. And we make every effort working with our community-based organizations to ensure that, as I said, women and disadvantaged communities, people from distressed zip codes have as much opportunities as those that don't have those barriers. And many of you represent that exact target population that we want to ensure see the opportunity. Because what happens when you're provided with the opportunity to register for a program like this, you shine and you show yourselves and your families and your colleagues and your classmates, but also the world, that you have what it takes to proceed on this pathway to become to journey out, to be an apprentice, and then to journey out. So a couple of thoughts that I have for you to remember. One, seek out help from people that you trust as you embark on the next stage and the next phase. Seek out help from people that you trust, or people that are in similar situations, or those that have gone through the program. Do not give up. Do not give up. because sometimes the barriers are so big, or at least they appear to be, but trust me, many others have already conquered those barriers and are actually working, journeying out, working, making family wage jobs that are supporting their families and giving them a more sustainable economic future. Stick with it. You have to stick with it because we believe in you. ANU believes in you. You also need to help others. You might see others struggling, trying to be there. The work sites may not seem as friendly as the classroom might seem. The work sites might appear a little bit intimidating sometimes, but you have obviously what it takes. I'm calling you the COVID graduating generation. You have probably something you can tell your kids and your grandkids that you made it through one of the most difficult times our country, our world has gone through, and you are going to be that generation, that class that will be remembered for not giving up. And I heard the term, you are committed, determined, and the ability to bounce back. So keep that in mind, that now you have a bigger responsibility to remain that role model, to remain that generation that people will remember you for. Also, there are many of us working in the Port of Seattle and agencies and other organizations that are behind you, that are counting on you, that are going to support you, will continue to ensure that you're treated with respect and dignity. But you have a responsibility to do the same for those that are coming behind you, that they are treated with respect and dignity. There are many government agencies and other community-based organizations that will continue to ensure that your path is one that has opportunities, and that those barriers that exist, because they do exist, are lowered, but even better eliminated. And for those of us that have entered the workforce, coming from other countries like myself, I'm an immigrant. I have a Spanish, Hispanic accent. And I remember initially in my career, when I wanted to further my opportunities, sometimes being having a strong accent may have played a little bit of negative in how people understood me or saw me. But because I always had someone that I trusted and mentors in my life, and not all mentors need to be of your same age group or your same ethnicity. I had mentors that were amazing white males, mentors that were amazing women, and I still do, mentors that were Latino and or African Americans or other immigrants that always I could count on to get me through to the next stage. And today I am a director at the Port of Seattle. I have a graduate degree from the University of Washington, but my journey was one that was not easy, but it was always filled with people that supported me. And I know you'll find the same in your career. And there are many agencies that will look out for your safety. OSHA, for instance, Labor and Industries, and the Port of Seattle will continue to support these programs and ensure that your journey going forward is successful. So congratulations, thank you, and I can't wait to see in the future those buildings that you will be part of, and I can say, I remember the COVID-19 graduating class. So I'll turn it back to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Luis. We appreciate you taking time out to be giving advice and a great speech to our graduates today. So thank you again. All right, next we will go ahead and go into the student stories. So we'll start off with Joseph Benjamin. So if he wasn't able to send over a video, so I'll hand it over to the training team.
Hello, it's Ryan Rogers over here, one of the program managers here at our Kent location. The nice opportunity that I get to have is get to speak with the students prior to joining the cohort, and I was able to speak to Joseph and really get to know him before he was coming into the trades. I knew that before that he got into the class that he was very dedicated into joining or getting into the construction industry. he was very motivated to change career paths. He's kind of done it all, and he was looking to get into something that he really enjoyed. And actually we had the painters come down here to TRP and come assist us with some paint down here at our training center. And, you know, Joseph was communicating with some of the apprentices, and he really enjoyed the painting aspect, and he applied for the painters. And I spoke to him on Thursday last week, and he was accepted into the painters union, and he is not with us, I don't believe, in this video, but I just wanted to give a big congrats to Joseph. He very dedicated, and like it says in his top skills, he's very professionalism. He's always on time, and he's very dedicated to the program, always early, just ready to go, and he's ready to go to work from day one. So congrats to Joseph Benjamin, and I look forward to talking to him soon.
Thanks, Ryan. Next up, we have Casey.
My name is Casey Bufunda, and I applied for the local 30 for general carpentry. Before I knew, I was a single mother of 3. I was on welfare, and I was living in Oregon attending school for my GED. After graduating, my sister motivated me to move up to Washington with family because of what Anu has done for her. She's 3 years into her apprenticeship, and she's making really good money, and she owns a home with her and her family. She's well established, and I want a life like hers. Basically, Anu showed me time management and showed me that anything is possible with 3 small children, being a single mom. It's given me hope for a better life, and the schedule was a little tricky to get used to, but I was able to do it. 5 years from now, I plan on being a journeyman carpenter and owning my own home with a beautiful car and a wonderful life. I want to give a shout out to Jamie, Cece, and Bo for everything that they've done for me in this past 11 weeks. Thanks.
Congratulations, Casey.
Hi, this is Cece Collins. I'm the instructor with the new, and I want to talk a little bit about Casey. Casey, she's a hard worker that wants to get it right the first time around, and she doesn't hesitate to ask for instruction and follow safety protocol. Congratulations, Casey.
Thank you, Cece. Next up, we have Abram.
Hi, my name is Abraham Castillo Ruiz. Before entering Anu, I thought that I would be stuck in retail and service jobs, never really moving up into positions that would be fulfilling, worthwhile, or financially sufficient. I chose to commit my time to Anu after I applied to the local 46's inside wire worker position, and I ended up at the bottom of their waiting list, even though I had a high math and interview score. So I realized then that I was gonna have to put a lot of time and effort into getting into the trades. So I cut back my work hours to have days dedicated to class. The smaller paychecks hurt in the short term, but I considered this a long-term investment in myself, and in many ways it's already paid off. Thanks to Anu, I feel confident that I can become an electrician and excel at it. I'll be reapplying to the local 46's inside wire worker apprenticeship, and in 5 years I see myself journeying out of the program successfully. Thanks.
In regards to Abram, you have students, but then you have exceptional students, and he was truly that. He was his determination, focusing his energy and efforts on the task and sticking with it until he finished. He was one of those that, even if he was sweeping, okay, is this okay? Or always checking in just to make sure that he was stepping to the plate. Is there anything extra I can do, Jamie? I'd like to do a little bit more practice on this. I mean, during the time that we've been out of session and doing more online communications, he just, was really, easy to work with and reached out and had meaningful questions and just willing to help in whatever way he could. But definitely one of those people that you can see the determination, and you heard his story. I mean, I think that one word determination is the best way I can describe him. Thank you.
Next, we have Shelby.
Hi, my name is Shelby. I actually found out about ANU online when I was researching how to get into the trades. I'm originally from Houston, Texas, and I was very inspired by a friend that I had met when I first moved here, who is a professional carpenter, and he inspired me to want to be the same. And I am now going to pre-apprenticeship for carpentry of pile driving. But I managed to be able to save enough for going to school for 3 months straight and dedicate all of my time so that I could graduate. And basically, I saved up enough money so that I would not have to worry about my bills during that 3 months and pay everything. And now that I have graduated, I am just waiting for a site to open so that I can start my pre-apprenticeship training for pile driving, as I'm very excited. And ANU is a very awesome program. Anybody that joins it, I highly recommend CC follow all of her directions for PT. She is getting you ready for something that is very, very important in joining whatever trade you join. And I would highly recommend listening to Jamie as a teacher and Ryan, as they are also preparing you for everything to get you ready for the next step of your pre-apprenticeship. What I plan 5 years from now is owning my own house, having it paid off, having my own business, being promoted to either a supervisor or down the line as I get older from pile driving and I am not able to do it anymore with my body, being a project manager, and having all of the experience behind me from learning ANU and
All right, go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, so Shelby made a lot of sacrifices. She came here from Texas and joined this program and knew that she wanted to get into the construction industry. Something about Shelby is she's willing to learn. She asks a lot of questions, whether it be in professional development, in shop, and she really wants to understand how the trades work, what the training process is, what can she get better at. Was asking what she can do better, and you know, she's going to be a great carpenter out there. She's very, very motivated. You know, before she joined the new program, she had contacted me multiple times on what needs to be done during tryouts, how she can be the best applicant in tryouts. And I just know that she's going to be a great carpenter out there, and I look forward to following up with her to see how she's doing in the next month.
Thanks, Ryan. Next, we have Mason.
Hello, my name is Mason. Prior to the pre-apprenticeship, I was a college student over in Ellensburg at Central Washington University, and I wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do with my life. I joined the apprenticeship program because I love working with my hands and I really wanted to do something in the trades because I have a lot of family in the trades as well, but I wasn't quite sure what exactly. So this apprenticeship has helped me in a lot of ways. I've made some pretty cool friends, learned a lot of new skills, especially the business side of the trades industry. And I'd just like to thank all the, instructors in the ANU program itself for helping us in the way that they did. So far, I've applied to the electrician's apprenticeship, and I am just waiting on a confirmation date for my aptitude testing. Once I'm done with that, I'll be able to move on with the interview steps. But right now, if I look 5 years ahead, I hopefully see myself ending my apprenticeship program and moving on to be a journeyman electrician, hopefully an inside wireman. That's the goal. but just maybe having a house of my own, you know, being able to financially support myself. That's the goal. So thank you.
Jamie, you are muted.
Sorry about that. Mason, I can't say enough about him as a student. He was definitely sought understanding, and you grow to appreciate students that pay careful attention to see the meaning of things, and oftentimes would do check-ins, and I call them the drive-bys that me and the students do. We kind of check in one another, see where we're at. And it's just always had a kind thing to say, sought understanding. I pulled him in and asked him to help me with a particular task or what have you. Always willing to help. So definitely, again, another excellent student, and I look forward to seeing where life takes him. Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie. Next we have Tamara.
Oh, Tamara's mine as well.
Hello, my name's Tammy. I went to the new program because I was working dead-end jobs as a server in a restaurant for many years, and I really wanted a career. I chose ANU because it had so many great reviews, and I had been recommended by numerous people. I applied for the Local 41, which is Carpenters here in Renton, and I got in during week 5 of the ANU program. I absolutely love working on the job site. I wish I would have talked to myself 15 years ago and done this a lot earlier. I see myself in 5 years. I really want to learn more than one trade, so I want to complete the apprenticeship for the carpenters and then go on and become an operator. And that's my goal.
All right, congratulations, Tamara.
Yes, in regards to Tamara, what I will say is that she came in, and like she said, she was working by week 5, but at the same time, the entire 5 weeks she was here, she was absolutely committed. She worked with another student, and actually they went to a carpenter's, I think it was some type of open house together, but she came back with information for the other students that were considering carpentry and hadn't quite made any choices just yet, told them about, willing to share her experience. And I think that the one word that best describes Tamara was her confidence, feeling sure of herself and truly enjoying trying new things. And she spoke for herself very well, in the sense that she was not willing to let her doubts or her fears hold her back. And that is something to definitely celebrate. So congratulations, Tamara.
Next we have Don.
Hi, my name is John, and I was born in South Korea, and I moved to the States like 5 years ago. Ever since then, I've worked in a restaurant as a busser, dishwasher, server. I did everything. At the same time, I was a full-time college student, so I got my associate in business degree at William College in 2018. And after that, I started working as a chef because I was interested in restaurant business. Also, I love cooking. I worked about a year, but then the lifestyles as a chef was not really ideal for me because compared to the effort that I put in, the result was small, and also everything was like same every day. There was nothing to achieve more, so And also on top of that, I didn't really have much vacations or holidays, so I didn't have enough time for my family. That was like big thing that changed my mind. So I start looking some skills to learn for my career, but then it reminds me that I have a little bit of experience in electrical work because I participated in a family project. So I applied for electrician apprenticeship on September of 2019. And after that, I was looking for positions as an apprentice in a non-union company to gain some experience and make myself ready for the interview in a union. But that was not that easy because there wasn't really accepting people who want to join a union. So I was a little bit frustrating. I was a little bit lost. But then I found this program anew from online, and I went to their presentations, and they had everything that I wanted to learn and everything that I was looking for. So I went to their tryout, and actually I see a lot of people there, and everybody was like working so hard to get in, and that really motivated me to like join this program. And through this program, I obviously got a lot of motivations. Like everybody like cheer up for each other, cheer up for each other's dreams, and I also could make myself knowledgeable about the trade, and I learned a lot of practical skills. So when I started as an installer in the union, the skills that I learned from the class, I could just like use it from the day one, and that really like make myself like fully confident about my trade, and that really helped me keep going. During the program, during the program, I was actually between job, and I had some savings because I heard construction trade takes some time to get in. So the financial stuff was not big of a deal because my wife was also working, but it was definitely a little bit hard. In 5 years, I see myself as a electrician apprentice, 5th year electrician apprentice, or maybe a journeyman electrician, hopefully. I see myself also financially stable, and I have a bucket list that like I want to build a custom house, so maybe I'm like looking for some property to build it, or maybe I'll let it start it with that. So I see myself really successful.
Don, one word that could best describe him and his character is just diligence. Came in ready to do the hard work and looked to do his absolute best. I mean, everything, whether it was the physical training or shop, or even participating in professional development, just really always came prepared and diligent in his work ethic. So definitely thank you, appreciate you, and congratulations, Don.
Next we have Sai.
My name is Sai, and I'm recently transitioning out of WCCW, where I resided for 17 months. 3 days after release, I tried out for the program and was accepted to start that following Monday. Prior to my incarceration, I was living day by day on the streets, involving myself in all sorts of trouble and at the mercy of my addiction. The primary motivations that fuel my commitment to this program are reunification with my daughter and family, and my desire to continue to be successful in my recovery. This program has done so much for me. From the get-go, the program has tested my discipline on a daily basis. It challenged me to make the positive impact on my life for once, and that's a commitment I've never been capable of giving myself. It helped me see the bigger picture and continue to dig deep and push forward. Physically, mentally, spiritually, all across the board, I've walked with confidence knowing I did my best. I woke up at 3:30 a.m., 3 days a week, to get to class on time and always ready. I've only applied for carpenters. I'm a builder deep down. In 5 years, where do I start? I mean, I want to be close to finishing my apprenticeship. I want to at least have plans to purchase a house. I definitely will have a car by then. I will be living closer to my college kid. I want to be giving back to the organizations that have helped me in this journey, and I'll be holding strong in my recovery. Real quick, I want to give some shout outs right now. I want to thank you all who have helped me and being supportive in helping me reach the journey so far. CC Collins, Jamie Jackson, Bo Barrett, Megan Clark, Urban Leagues of Seattle, my family at the IF Project, and the entire New Connections house, my daughter Kyrie and my girlfriend Viviana. You've all believed in me and are willing to help meet me halfway. I couldn't have done it without the encouragement and amazing support system. And mad props to Cohort 109. We ran together, we sweat together, we laughed together, we learned together, and we did this together. Peace.
Wow, what a speech, Sai. Round of applause, everybody. Woo! I wanted to volunteer to be able to get a chance to talk about Sai, and I know Jamie and Cece can give their input as well. But I think Sai, I got to see her in tryouts, and when I had the opportunity to see her swing a hammer, I knew exactly what trade she was going into. She's very talented, she's very skilled, and she's just willing to learn and do whatever it takes. Task at hand. She got it done immediately. And I really look forward to catching up with Sai in the next few months, because I really do believe she's going to be a success story. And for her to come back, come talk to our students during speed mentoring when all this is over, I think she'll be a really valuable piece. So Sai, congratulations and thank you for everything.
I'd like to say something in regards to Sai as well. Her demeanor it's one of those that was just truly drew me in. Sometimes when you're working with a group of folks and you're all kind of storming, norming, and getting to know one another, I oftentimes would look at her and I had a couple, like 3 other students, I called them my anchors, that would kind of, I could look at, and they would just automatically, chime in and help me with the explanation, or offer to help the student, or lean over and say, hey, is there anything I can help you with? I've always looked at, we all have the ability to reach one another and teach one another. Sai goes over and beyond that. In just her life skills and communication style, delivery, all of those. So I look so forward to witnessing her journey and seeing her family reunification come to fruition. There's no one that's more deserving of it than Sai. Thank you.
All right, next we have Blaine.
My name is Blaine MAPA. My life before the pre-apprenticeship was I worked 7 days a week. I woke up as early as 5 a.m. and want to get home as late as 10 p.m. I did some research on how to join a union, and I found the new website, and I ended up applying for the Trades Rotation Program. What motivated me to commit to the program, my girlfriend and I, we decided to settle down and start a life together. I wanted to be able to have a real opportunity to a career and to be able to provide for my future family. How I adjusted my schedule to be successful in this program was I worked on the days I didn't have schooling. So I would work on the off days, basically. And another thing that I did was I stopped going out. I would go to bed early so that I would be able to feel refreshed and be able to have energy for school. Where I see the unions that I applied to, apprenticeships that I applied to, was a carpenters union. I do a plan to apply to the HVAC once the halls open up and everything settles down. Where I see myself in 5 years is married with kids. I see myself finishing up my apprenticeship and journeying out. I want to thank all my teachers, all the program managers, and everyone else that helped me on this journey. Thank you.
Congratulations, Blaine. Blaine was an observer, always up front and ready to learn. I appreciate having Blaine in the class. It was just awesome. He was respectful, helped out students that struggle in certain areas, so congratulations.
Next, we have Susan.
Hi, I'm Susie. Before working at ANU, I was working for myself as a master esthetician. I found out about ANU by doing some research online of other options other than going back to college. ANU has exceeded my expectation in so many ways. I felt like I really learned how to be more confident and prepared and educated for the trades industry. I've applied for a sheet metal local 66 apprenticeship. I've already joined the local. I'm working as a material handler right now. And I just got the text message saying that I'm into the last part of the interview process. So I'm really excited. I want to thank everyone at ANU and everyone in my class.
I'm going to speak on Susie's behalf. Susie was always first to show up on time every morning, always had a smile on her face and always in good spirit. Congratulations, Susie.
Next, we have Jonathan.
I'm going to speak on Jonathan's behalf. We called him Otter. Otter had good work ethics, willing to get his hands dirty, didn't hesitate to help out his classmates. If he had any questions, he would come and talk to me or Jamie. It was a pleasure having him also in our class also. Congratulations, Jonathan.
Thanks, Cece. Next, we have Will.
I can't express how excited I am to have just made it this far in the program, and I am even more excited to have been a part of the experience. I honestly cannot express right now just how grateful I am to the teachers, the instructors, the coordinators, Cece, Bo, Ms. J, Michelle, Ryan. I love you guys so much. And I just cannot wait to get out in the workforce, and I just cannot wait to make a name for myself and extend ANU's reputation even farther beyond. And like I'm saying, like the vocabulary just, it doesn't, I can't express, like great, amazing, just doesn't do it justice on how just this program like was for me. And I appreciated every single moment of it, and I was hyped for every single moment. If you know me, if you know just everything that I did in the program, you know that my energy is almost unrivaled. I try. I honestly, I can't wait to be part of the laborers union, my craft. be with my peoples. But in all honesty, we're all a team, and I just can't wait to just meet the different amounts of mentalities and just accumulate so much knowledge. I just cannot wait. And I cannot wait to go outside. I can't wait to just work. If you know me, you know that I'm just a hands-on, just fire, let's go, let's do this. Like, let's slay the day. Oh crap, this is already even getting a little bit longer than I needed to. But like I said, I love my classmates, I love my instructors, I love the coordinators. Hope to be talking to you guys really soon. Hope to stay in touch with you guys. Hope to just keep learning every day, growing every day, and going to the next level every day. Be better than you were yesterday.
So I'm going to speak on William's behalf, and as you can see, he's a very energetic, active person, and I think anyone that's really going to enjoy him on a job site. He works really hard. One thing I really noticed about him in tryouts, he's very athletic. He was in shape before he came into the program and ready to go. He's young, so he has all this opportunity to grow within the laborers union, and you got to kick that hot Cheeto habit whenever you get that opportunity, man. All right, take care, man.
Thanks, Ryan. And I'm sure we can all relate to his comment about wanting to go outside and wanting to be active and work. Next, we have MP.
Hi, my name is MP Wallace, and I'm a part of TRP Cohort 109. Before I attended NU, I was living in Georgia and working retail. I moved up to Washington about September of last year for a fresh start and to pursue a career in the skilled trades. I learned of the organization through a friend of my aunt's who's a career electrician. She recommended the program to me, and after doing some research, I decided to enroll. The primary appeal of the program to me was that it exposed you to many different trade paths and career opportunities with the express intent to help you make the best informed decision possible about your career and prepare you to confidently walk into that next step. I want to work in the building trades because I want a career that is going to give me a physical, tangible skill set. It's going to be physical in nature and have good job prospects, no debt. And I also want a job where I can be proud of the contributions I make with my work. In my training experience, I learned how well aligned the work in the construction industry was with what I want from a job and a career. I learned more about how I interact with others and myself, including that it's very difficult for me to stop using ma'am and sir, and that is definitely going to come up during my residency here in Washington. In shop and professional development, I learned the trade names and uses for a wide variety of hand tools. I learned how to be cognizant of safety and the unique safety rules and the unique hazards that are found on job sites. And I learned a lot about labor history and workers' rights in the United States. I have applied to Sprinkler Fitters Union 699 and will be applying to Plumbers Local 32 and Laborers Local 242 once they open up applications again. I would like to extend thanks to my aunts, Aunt Kimberly and Aunt Lisa, who, without their generosity and a great deal of patience with this whole process, I wouldn't have been able to be here. To my brother friend Dave's, who has always encouraged me to push out of my comfort zone into new territory, to go to new places and to try new things. To thank my parents for doing their best to set up their children for success, and especially my father for encouraging all of his kids to have a trade. And to the instructors and staff here at NU for investing your time and your knowledge into us and helping us move forward. Thanks for listening. Watching, one or the other?
MP, one word to describe MP would be integrity. She's an honest broker and she's sincere. I mean, MP is an honest broker and MP is sincere. I just wanted to thank you, MP, for all of your our sidebar conversations and your willingness to work with me in regards to just a way to kind of move forward and be mindful of things or ways that I may say things. Again, you cannot, integrity is something that you can't buy. And again, your honesty and sincerity was definitely well appreciated. And I look forward to hearing more about your upcoming endeavors. Thank you.
Thanks, Jamie. And last but certainly not least, we have Rochelle. And Rochelle wasn't able to send a video, so I'll hand it over to the staff.
All right, Rochelle. God, Rochelle had that natural strength, similar to me, kind of how I'm built though, which I was really impressed when she first started. She had a great attitude. She was a team player, didn't have any issues with her. And she also pushed through with perseverance. I can't say that though. She's come a long ways, and I'm proud of you. Thank you.
I'd like to tag on to what Cece's saying as well in regards to Rochelle. Rochelle and I met, and she was originally looking at going to the PACE program and willing to drive all the way to Tacoma. And after, I asked her to think about it for a little while and figure out, time management, what would that look like for her? And she revisited and she said, hey, can I go to TRP? I think that'd be a better fit for me. So I actually handed her file off to Ryan at another PACE graduation. And it was one of those things where it's nice for us to be able to actually see each other after us talking over the phone for some time and just processing things. She was at a critical point in her life where she really wanted to make some changes. And how can I best put it? When you talk to someone and you can hear it in their voice and you understand their walk and you can tell they know where they want to go. Just again, needing some rich soil to plant that seed into. And I was able to witness her at our Ironworkers Local 86 apprenticeship visit. And it was something seeing her up on the beams. No fear, no nothing, just walking across there. And it was something that she leaned over and said, I forgot what it felt like to be in ballet. And that was how graceful she looked up on those beams. Of course, all of the students were inviting me up to be a part of that action, and I declined. But at the end of the day, I just wanted to just commend Rochelle for her perseverance and commitment and her finding her fit. She's found her, this is her jam. She's going to be an iron worker without a doubt. So congratulations, Rochelle. And I look forward to you keeping me up to date on your journey.
Thanks, Jamie. So congratulations once again to all the TRP Cohort 109 graduates. We're also proud of you. And again, this was definitely a special circumstance. So we thank you all for being here today and supporting one another. I will hand it back over to Karen now just to give a couple of closing comments.
Yes, again, I just want to thank you all for joining us today. I know there were a lot of people behind these students who helped them to get where they are today and will continue to help them through their successful career. And we want you to know that we're also going to be here through your career. So make sure you're now part of the ANU family. Make sure that you come back. Let us know how you're doing and how we can be of assistance to you. We look forward to hearing your stories of success. And again, I wish everybody a safe and healthy time out there during this situation that we're in. And hopefully we'll get these guys to work soon. I want you all to have a great week. Congratulations again. And I think we're going to open it up for people to say congratulations and wish the graduates well.
Thanks again for joining us today, everyone. You're welcome to chat amongst yourselves if you would like.
Congratulations, everybody. Woo!
Congratulations!
Yay! Great job.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you. This is Casey's mother, Donna, and I just wanted to congratulate Casey. I'm so very proud of her. She's come a long way. She overcome so many obstacles. I'm just very, very proud mom right now. I love you, Casey.
Oh, oh no, I'm gonna cry, y'all.
Thank you for doing this. Those of us that don't live close are happy to be able to participate. Thank you so much. Congrats, MP. Woo!
Congratulations, MP.
Everybody. Congratulations, everyone, during making this.
Congratulations, Madison.
Completing this training program during COVID. Shout out to the new staff.
Thanks, Consuelo.
Love you, MP.
I just want to say something. I'm the daughter of Sai. This whole program is like, it means a lot to me that, you know, my mom is getting better and, you know, she can be in my life again. And I just want to say congratulations to everyone and congratulations, Mom. I love you.
Thank you, baby. I love you. Aww. You got me all teary-eyed over here, man.
Yeah,
me too. Congratulations, Ty. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You've come a long way.
Thank you, guys. Good job, everybody.
Congratulations, everybody.
Sai, you got to keep in touch with us.
Absolutely, you got it.
Thanks again, Luis, for joining today.
Thank you. What an amazing representation of strong people, a lot of respect and dignity for the profession and a lot of respect and dignity for each other. And that is part of what will make you this amazing generation that your kids and grandkids will remember you by. So thank you. Thank you for making me a part of this today. I am touched, moved, and emotional as well. Thank you.
I'll leave the room open for a bit if any of if 109 cohort wants to catch up or anything. That is fine. I see some pets have joined us today too. I saw MP's cat, and I see a dog.
She's the most, oh, it's a good boy.
What's its name, MP?
Oh, this is Helen.
She's there were the 2 other dogs here, but they left.
Oh.
Hey, cohort 109, you were awesome, and you're going to continue to be awesome. And I can't wait to see what we get up to.
Same here.